Hi, I'm Joyce.
And I'm tired.
Tired? What's your name?
I'm Adrielle.
And we are Divinely Guided. I was almost not able to make it through that. But it's a good tired, right?
It is a good tired.
Yes. Today, we are going to talk about something that this year has reminded me of it repeatedly. Life is short and unpredictable, so you have to live your best life every day. So that's what we want to talk about for just a few minutes. I don't even want to be too long tonight because you are, as you identified yourself, tired.
I am. I want spaghetti.
Well, maybe you can do you some spaghetti
I gotta
after.
go get some stuff to do it.
Okay. Well, the store down the street will be open for another hour and a half. So let's just finish and you can go make you some spaghetti. Okay. But anyway, we're talking about living your best life. And the reason Adrielle is so tired is because she's been living her best life.
I have.
Share with us about what you did, how you spent your birthday weekend.
I went to Fort Walton Beach for the first time. I've never been there. We've been to plenty of beaches.
We have,
but not that one.
I thought about that when you said that. I was like, that's one beach we haven't been to.
Not that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I did lots of things. I went rollerblading at the beach, which was a bucket list thing for me.
Really?
For real, it really was. I was like, I got to do it in a bikini, and we have to rollerblade at the beach.
I saw you in the bikini, and what's the black thing? Was that like
That was a part of
cover
the bikini.
Oh, okay.
You can take it off if you want, but I really wanted it to flow behind me while I was skating.
And that's what it did.
And it did. But yeah, I was like, we gotta have the ocean back there, and we did that. So I can check that off.
Another thing you did.
You really want me to talk about?
Yes, come on.
I went parasailing. Okay, so I had never. Well, I had wanted to parasail, but like I was thinking I was gonna be jet skiing.
Okay.
And then I decided I didn't want to jet ski. So I was like, it's not gonna be as exhilarating as this because I feel like I set the bar high with the parasailing. So yes, so if you don't know, parasailing, you ride out on like a small boat, and they ride you like 10 minutes out into the ocean. Like it's a long ride, and then you're like way out there. And then it made me slightly nauseous because the boat was skipping over the waves like that, and I was like, I don't like that.
Right, because we're usually on a bigger boat.
Yeah, and I don't mind. I don't usually get motion sick, but that one that did it for me for a minute there. But it was okay. We made it, and then we got out there, and then they put like harnesses on us. They hook you up to this thing, and then it's like a big parachute, essentially. And then you go shooting off the back of it. And they had us 500 feet in the air. Because they told us 400, and then I asked the guy right before I went. He goes, yeah, you'll probably get about 500. Because it was super windy, and I was just like, which is perfect parasailing weather. Like, it was so windy that day. And so I was like, that's great. That's great.
Your daddy is always talking about wanting to go parasailing.
Really?
Whenever we were at the beach. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought you all had even talked about it before.
No.
But you haven't?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know that. We could have been gone parasailing.
Because I wanted no part of it. I will just
I'm not going
openly
again,
say.
but I'll be there while he goes. And you can pay for the package where they take pictures of you. Our pictures look incredible. The guy who was taking them, he literally had his fingers up like that, like showing how small we were because we were that far away, like in one of the pictures. And I was like, "That's me up there."
Oh yeah, I saw the little clip you sent when you all were
taking off.
Going off the back of the boat, and your legs looked like they were about this long. I was like, she looked like she's so short.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was a bucket list item. You got it done.
Yeah, it's done. I did too.
So how was it when you were up there in the air?
That was my best trip to the beach. I want to say ever.
And for the record, if you all go back to one of our videos, she complained about me dragging her to the beach all her life.
I will defend that. Because you at the beach like to sit there for like 5 or 6 hours on the shore. I don't want to do that. I like to do things. So yes, we didn't sit for that long at the beach.
But you all did get where you all started doing more than sitting at the beach because we decided you all were old enough to go on and do your own thing, and you all went exploring and finding places while me and your aunts and your daddy
Yeah.
went and sat on the beach for hours at a time.
Yes.
But I love that. That soothes me just to sit there and dig my feet over in that wet sand and hear the sound of the surf and go out far enough so that when I'm sitting on the water's edge that the waves are splashing up on me, cooling me back off. I love it. I really do. I just love it. So I'm glad you did that. But I think it's important for us to live our best life now. Tomorrow is not promised.
Yeah.
The next minute is not promised. Work is always going to be there. Obligations are always going to be there. Responsibilities are always going to be there. Sometimes you just have to do things because that's what you want to do. And as long as you're not hurting anyone, you should just do some things you want to do.
Yeah.
And don't wait till a more convenient time. Don't wait till some work is finished off or whatever it is. Sometimes you just have to just go and do it. And I've mentioned it in some earlier podcasts, but once again, the year started with the last remaining father from a neighborhood where I grew up passing away. Now, he was 93 and he had lived a good, long, full life, but that was just a symbol of a passage of a whole generation in our neighborhood. You know, and I was fortunate enough to grow up in that neighborhood where we were all family. And just losing that last father figure for us was very difficult. Then that was followed by two of my church members who were sisters in Christ, but beyond that, they were sisters. They were my sisters, Patsy and Elaine. And I almost can't even say Elaine's name yet. I'm not healed enough from her leaving yet to really even talk about it. But both of them, they were like sisters. They've been there in my life, my whole life. Our families were friends. And they're gone. Patsy didn't want anybody to know how sick she was, and so we didn't even know she was near her end, and then she was gone. And Elaine, I kept thinking she was going to get better until one of my final visits with her, and she kept telling me she had to go, and it was only at that point that I even entertained the thought that she wasn't going to get well. In the middle of those people passing, then I had two cousins, again, one younger than myself and one very near my age. They died. Right after that, another member of our church who has been there again my whole life. She was blessed with a long, long life. Miss Pete was 95. But still, it was a passage of a generation. And then this weekend, another family member passed. And so there are no promises. Live your best life now. Whatever that goal you've always wanted to do, go for it. If there's that job you want to find, go find it. Go find it now. Don't spend your entire life doing something that you don't enjoy, something that drains you. Don't keep doing it. Go find it. It's out there. If it isn't out there, create it. Create it just like you want it to be. How do you create it? Start out by visualizing in your mind exactly what is it that you'd like to be doing. How does it look? What would you be doing on a daily basis? A lot of times we don't have what we want because we don't know what we want. When you can name it, when you can visualize it, when you can create it and start living it in your mind, you can create it in your reality. But you got to create it in your mind first. So if that job isn't satisfying you, go create that job you want. Start your own business. Say, I don't have everything I need. It doesn't have to start perfectly. Just start it. You can perfect it as you go. If there's some trip you want to take, do it. Say, I can't afford it right now. That's okay. Do a down payment on it. Put some money away every single solitary paycheck until you can afford that trip. If there's a trait you want to learn, a skill you want to learn, if you're still alive, you're still young enough to do it. Go learn how to do it. I say that, and I need to go in there and learn how to play that piano.
You do.
I need to learn to play that piano. But life is short. Just live your best life now. I know people who save their best china for some non-existent event, because the event never gets grand enough for you to use it. What are you saving it for? Use it. I know people who save clothes and shoes waiting for the best event to wear them. What event is that going to be? Put it on just because you want to wear it. I've talked about it before, about being your own unique self. If that means you're going to get up and put on that full face of makeup and the grand outfit and just go walk to the mailbox, it's your life. Do it. Live that best life. Live your best life. What'd you say, Adri? Say that is so true?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to live your best life. Opportunities are all around you. You just have to be willing to sometimes be a little bit uncomfortable in order to make those opportunities work for you. You have to not allow fear to stop you from making those steps you want to make. Live that best life. So I've been on to you about finding your ideal career. Have you thought about that any more lately?
All the time.
Mm-hmm. Are you visualizing what that career would look like?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, very good. You writing about it in your journal?
I haven't written in my journal yet.
Write it out. Make it plain.
Not recently.
The scripture talks about writing the vision and making it plain.
Mm-hmm.
Write it out. Put it in your journal. We told you all about journaling a long time ago. So if you haven't started your journal, then go get you one and start writing it out. Make your bucket list of things you want to do, and don't even worry about if it sounds practical or reasonable. I think a lot of times we don't do things because they don't sound practical. A lot of times we don't try things in life just because it's not something that has surrounded us. I remember the first time we went to one of the bowl games. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, I love sports. I love football. And just would watch them pull up the bowl schedule. And then one day it just hit me, why not go to a bowl game? So we went to several bowl games after that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why aren't we going to bowl games? I can go to the bowl game. So we just started going to some. And some were more fun than others.
I had a good time at all of them.
I have too.
There was one that was okay. The one that was on Christmas. That one was okay.
The one on Christmas Day wasn't. It was probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
The one that when we went to the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta, I had an absolute ball.
That was so much fun.
And we had just no connection to either team, but just wanted to go to that one. So think about some things that you've not tried before. Why not? I remember we went on our first cruise. We had gone on what was it?
The ferry?
The ferry,
Yeah.
right. When we were in New York. And I had so much fun, and I thought, man, I would like to take this next level. And so then we went on a cruise, and we just had such a ball, so we went back and took some family members with us. And then I think my most fun cruise, you said it wasn't yours, but it was the one when you all were older.
Yeah.
I mean, the Disney cruises when you all were young, they were good. Disney cruise is great for when your kids are kids.
Yeah.
It is just a wonderful experience. But I enjoyed the cruise. It was a different line when we went when you all were older, and that one I absolutely loved. So if it's someplace you want to go, something you want to do, something you want to try, something you want to learn, do it. What's stopping you? Write out that list in your journal. Say, this is a list of 100 things I want to do. And just start checking them off. Live every day to the fullest extent. Laugh a little. Love a little. I've even gotten where I will cry a little. Why'd you shake your head?
That's crazy.
What?
You crying. Interesting.
Yeah, but like I said, this string of deaths it's been difficult. And just losing people that have been there your whole life has just, and they're not just people that you knew. These were people that you knew intimately, that you loved deeply, that were family. So it was just so unexpected. I didn't have time to prepare myself. If I have time to prepare myself, like even when my mom and my dad died, I had time to prepare myself, and so I wasn't as just totally shredded in that moment. Like my father had lived to 93 and he was tired and he was ready to go.
I thought he was older than that.
Yeah, he was 93.
I thought he was 96 or something.
No, he was 93. And then, Mama was 86, so maybe that's where you get the 6 from.
Maybe.
But, with her, she and I had sat in her room and we had talked about it intimately, about her passing. And I told her, I was like, Mama, don't say that. You're not gonna die. Don't say that. You're doing so much better now. She's like, oh, that's all right. I don't mind dying. But she did say to me she hated, she wasn't gonna make it to see you graduate. So I was able to prepare myself with both of them. But with the recent passing, particularly of my sisters, there was no preparing me. It caught me so off guard, and it's still very raw for me right now. It is. I can't even talk about it. But anyway, but like I was saying, laugh a little, live a lot. Don't even live a little, live a lot. Just live your best life. Don't worry about whether people think what you're doing is ridiculous. Their opinion doesn't matter it doesn't really matter. And you're really good at just doing you.
Yeah.
Like I love it when you'll just go skating anywhere. Middle of downtown.
Yeah.
On the boardwalk. You'll do it. And like I love that picture. We have a picture of us in downtown Savannah when you stopped and did that handstand against a tree.
Oh yeah.
Just because you wanted to. Of course, Savannah is the kind of place that really inspires you to be you, though.
I love
Don't
it so
you?
much.
I love. Although it wasn't as much fun without you being there, because you're kind of like our little head cheerleader about trying stuff and doing things when we're in Savannah.
Yeah.
So the old folks missed you this year. But of all the different things that we've tried, what do you think has been your best, your favorite? Whether it was a trip or an event or...
Ooh. That's difficult.
Well, what are some of your favorites then?
I think so. Savannah has to be on that list. I love Savannah so much.
Oh yeah, I do too. All of those different little... It's so art. It
so
appeals
artsy.
to the artistic side of you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed going to those games. I enjoyed the cruises as a kid. We need to go on another one as an adult for me.
Right. Because you were
I was 14.
14 the last one.
That was more than 10 years ago. And
wow.
We need to definitely run that back as an adult.
We do.
So I can
enjoy
partake
in some adult activities.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Good times. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those would probably be the top ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then just simple stuff like all like the cookouts and stuff that we've had.
Oh God, I love some of those family cookouts.
Those.
Some of those are epic.
Yeah.
And when people just start coming in off the street and we're over
That's
at
when
your
you
Aunt
know
Drea's
it's
house,
a good time. That's it.
people just start coming. And then this one, I remember one year we had done one at Memorial Day, and we just had everything. People
Last
and
year was great,
tents
too.
and. Last year,
Last
what
year's
did we
4th
do
of
for?
July.
Oh,
was-
4th of
was
July.
Great last year.
Okay, yeah, 4th of July was, but it wasn't even as epic as some of those
No.
events.
It was fun.
But back to that one Memorial Day where people were just everywhere, and we had lots of tents around, and we had that, that giant pool we had out there.
Oh yeah.
But we just had a ball, and the neighbors were coming from everywhere, and we had at the gazebo we had set up a bar, and and this one person came up to the bar. How about just a drink? Like, we're not selling liquor. Anything here is free. It's a party. But we had had the whole bar set up at the gazebo, and that's when that's when a lot of people were just coming. But it was just such a big event.
Yeah.
And of course, at Mama's house, we have the benefit of having the huge yard, so
Yeah.
you can just live your best life out there. But those have been really good.
Yeah.
When I think, definitely the cruises have been fun. Some of the Cincinnati trips have been. I think of the one where we went to the hotel and the restaurant on the top of the hotel where it was spinning.
Yeah.
That trip was really good. We went to that aquarium, and then that reunion following, because we went a few days early just so we could have time for us as our family before the full Vincent family came. Todd family came.
Yeah.
So it was a ball. That was a good trip. There have been so many, for me, so many of the beach trips that I just absolutely love. I know it's not your favorite. Some of the Tuscaloosa trips too to Alabama have been a lot of fun for me, just depending on which one it was. But there's just been a lot of good things I've enjoyed. Learning new skills. I've enjoyed things of that nature. But whatever it is you want to try, make your list, start doing it. Stop waiting for a better day, another day, a later day. This is your life. You're not somewhere practicing. This is not a rehearsal. This is your life.
Yeah.
Live your best life. Live it now. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to the people who've made your life possible to live your best life. There are a lot of people who've sacrificed for you to have the life that you take for granted right now. So live your best life. Yeah. But that's really all we wanted to do, is just encourage you to do that. Enjoy yourself. Try some new things. Stretch yourself. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
You want to get some spaghetti and
I'm really
rest.
hungry. Yes.
Yes, okay. So we're not going to hold Adrielle up, because part of her best life is eating what she wants to eat. All right. So live your best life. And in that living, make sure you take time to take care of yourself.
Because you deserve it.
You absolutely do. Good night.
Good night.